Well, good afternoon, everyone. It is just about that time for us to kick off our very first lesson of the year. You know, last year we used to do a Kids of Character Club, and we really decided this year we wanted to make sure everyone had an opportunity to attend. So Mrs. Pinkman and I decided instead of making it a club that you had to join, we would just try to get together and let anyone who wanted to come be a part of our fun activities. Sometimes we'll talk about the character trait of the month. Sometimes we'll be talking about other useful skills like handling stress and what to do with friendship troubles and worrying about things, all the things that are interesting to elementary school students. So we're super excited to have you here. I do want to let you know a couple of things. One is that I can't hear Mrs. Pinkman. Apparently you all can. I cannot hear her. So it's going to be a little difficult for she and I to talk to one another. So bear with us as we go through today. We're going to take turns doing some things with you all, and we just hope that you enjoy it. You will be able to use the chat box. Sometimes we'll have tools on, sometimes we'll have tools off, and you will have the opportunity if you want to answer questions and use your camera or the microphone, you can do that. If not, then you're always welcome to use the chat box, okay? So I'm going to go ahead and turn off the whiteboard tools right now, or maybe Mrs. Pinkman already did. Okay, look at that. Okay, and we are going to move to the next slide, and this next slide is a little bit about what our expectations are. I don't see the advanced button. Okay. Oh, here we go. All right, so this is actually my virtual classroom that we use, and for our purposes, Mrs. Pinkman and I are sharing this. So we just want to make sure everybody knows that when you come here to see us, first of all, we're thrilled to have you here, but second of all, we have just a couple of things we want to remind you of. Number one, we think you're amazing and important. You all are leaders. You are explorers. You're scientists. You're mathematicians. You're creative. You're friends. You are unique. You are authors. You are readers. You are loved. And you, in fact, are the reason that Mrs. Pinkman and I are here. So we just want you to know that we absolutely are thrilled to have you with us, and we hope that you come each time we do these lessons. So we will put the camera on when it's time for you to share with us or answer a question. So right now your camera is off and so is your microphone, and that's because Mrs. Pinkman is going to start reading in just a minute. So we're going to go ahead and move to that. And I'm going to turn off my video and turn off my talk button so that she can. All right, so here you go, Mrs. Pinkman.
Okay, I am back, and now would someone, I hope everybody can hear me. If you can't, please definitely let me know, because this is one of the most important parts, which is reading the story. It's one of my most favorite parts. Yay, Mrs. Orr can hear me. Yay, okay, awesome. Thank you, guys. Oh, wonderful. All right, well, I am so super happy to be able to read this book. It's called I'll Do It Later, and it's one of my favorite ones. There are many out there like it, and it doesn't matter how old you are. You could still enjoy it, and you can definitely still understand and get the meaning and know exactly how this child is thinking in the book as we get through it, because I think everyone's been there before, so we can all relate. So it's called I'll Do It Later, written by Simone P. Ribk, and it's illustrated by Lee White. So here we go. I'll do it later, Max always says. Max, can you clean your room? Pick up your airplane, baseball, basketball, and jewelry box, says Mom. I'll do it later, says Max. I'm thinking that maybe some of you have said that before to your mother, your father. Max, can you rake the leaves in the backyard? I'll do it later, says Max. Probably have said that too. We don't have a whole lot of leaves down here, but I know up north when the leaves change and fall down on the ground, there's lots of leaf raking that needs to be done. Max, don't forget to put some bird seed in Sue's bird cage, says Mom. I'll do it later, says Max. Poor little Sue, the little bird. Max, can you mop up those muddy footprints? Oh my goodness, I'll do it later, says Max. I hope not many of you do that, leave a mess like that. Max, can you put your books on the bookshelf? I'll do it later, says Max. Max, please put your backpack away. I'll do it later, says Max. Looks like she's interested in doing everything but putting her stuff away. Max, it's time to do your homework, says Mom. I'll do it later, says Max. Now I think everybody can relate to this. Do your parents ever tell you to do your homework, or maybe your teacher is telling you to please do a couple of assignments or a lesson? I think we can all relate to this one. Max, can you get the mail from the mailbox? I'll do it later, says Max. Oh my goodness. Mom, I'm going to go out to skate, says Max. You are not going anywhere. You can go out after you do all your chores, says Mom. Oh, and watch this. So Max, oh, sorry about that. Max races to clean her room. She puts away her backpack. Max puts her books away too. Oh my goodness, I'm surprised those books didn't fall down. She mops the floor. Wow. Max rakes the leaves. She does her homework too. And I see in the comment box, Micah and Jeffrey, you can't see the pages. Mrs. Rohr, can you see the pages?
Yes, I can. I can see everything and I can hear everything. I'm wondering if, oh, Micah can see it now. Okay, now you can. Oh, I wonder what happened. Okay.
Okay, I'm so sorry. Let me go back here just to make sure I hit all those fun parts, because I love seeing her race around to try and get all of these things done. Okay. All right, so everybody can see it now too. Okay. Woohoo! Yay! Okay, so here we go. So now Mom has just told her that Max cannot go and do what she wants to do until she gets her chores done. So she races to clean her room. Then she puts her backpack away. Max puts her books away too. She mops the floor. Max rakes the leaves. She does her homework too. And guess what? It's bedtime, Max, says Mom. I'll do that now, says Max. So a little bit of a lesson, I think, that Max learns throughout the day and throughout this book is that when you start putting off all of those things, all of those chores that your parents, grandparents, or family members are asking you to do, when you want to do something for yourself, like go out and play and have some fun, well, you have to do all of those things that were on your to-do list for the day. So I love that story. That's one of my favorites. And like I said, I think everybody can relate, even if you're in kindergarten or first grade or even a fifth grader or a lot older than a fifth grader like I am. We can all relate to this story. Okay, Mrs. Rohr, I'm going to let you take this over. We have a couple questions about the story and some interactive things that we would like for you guys to do following the story. So I'll be back in just a few minutes.
Okay, thanks a lot, Mrs. Pinkman. All right, I hope everybody enjoyed that story. You know what, I love you guys. If you watched the announcements yesterday, you heard me talk about how much I love my library card, because I love books. And I love reading them myself, but I also love hearing someone read it. And I think Mrs. Pinkman does such a good job, so I love it. All right, so let's talk a little bit about what we learned in this story. This first question is multiple choice, but since we don't have A, B, C, or D, we're going to ask you to raise your hand and then let us know what the answer is to the question. So the question we're asking today, or the first question we're asking today, is what did Max do at the end of the story? Did she eat some cake? Did she win first prize? Did she go to bed? Or did she say she was sorry? So what would be the correct answer? Let's see who's got their hand up. Oh, and I see some people typing. Yes, she went to bed. The red one, went to bed. Everybody's right. I love it. I love it. Love it, love it, love it. She went to bed. Okay, awesome. Perfect. All right, so let's move on to our next question. Now this question is A, B, C, or D, and you can answer this in the chat box as well. And I'll do it later. Max did her chores after her mother, A, said she was feeling sick, B, wouldn't let her go skating, C, took away her favorite toy, or D, called Max's father at work. So what is the correct answer? A, B, C, or D? Let's see.
We have a lot of smart students, Mrs. Rohr.
Oh my gosh, we sure do. Oh yeah, yes we do. Look at all of that. And we have a lot of students here today, Mrs. Pinkman, and this gets me so excited. Y'all, we love having you join us. So we're so thrilled. And yes, you're absolutely 100% correct. Max did her chores after her mother wouldn't let her go skating. I can relate to that. I know that I have had that happen to me when when I wanted to do things when I was younger, and my mom would say, you know, you can't because you didn't get your homework done, or you didn't clean your room, or, you know, some responsibility that I put off. So anyway, let's move along. That's right. B, would not let her go skating. All right, now we have a great video. I don't know how many of you all love Kid President, but one thing that I know for sure is that Mrs. Pinkman and I absolutely do. So we are really excited to be able to share this video with you today. It's a little bit long, so sit back and enjoy, and I am going to pop it in right now. Okay, guys, so I hope that you loved that video from Kid President as much as Mrs. Pinkman and I do, because I'll tell you what, he's right, isn't he? Responsibility comes down to making choices, and every day we make a bunch of choices, and every one of those choices has a consequence. So I hope that gives you something to think about. You made a choice to be here today, and we're really thrilled you made that choice. Okay, now we're going to do something really fun. We're going to play a little bit of a game show. Here's the thing with our game show. You're going to keep track of your own points, how many questions you get right, or how many times you participate, okay? And this is a great time if you really want to be on camera, if you want to speak in the microphone without being on camera, that's an option, or if you just choose to use the chat box. We don't mind that at all. So we've got some great questions coming up. We have some true and false questions, and then we also have some things that you're going to imagine. So this will sort of be like answers that, you know, you just think about for a minute and you come up with, and you can decide and make a choice of how you want to respond and what you want to share with us, okay? So let's get moving. This first question is true or false, and to answer this, we are just going to ask that you put a T or an F in the chat box. Okay, so this one you will not actually be sharing on camera. This is just going to be a T or an F, and you'll give yourself 10 points if you get the answer correct. So here's the question. Completing your school assignment but forgetting to turn it in is an example of being responsible. Is that true or is that false? Let us know. I see some people are saying they want to be on camera. Yep, that would be false because that is absolutely not a good idea. If you do your homework, that's part of being responsible, but if you forget to turn it in, you haven't followed through with the whole action. So you've got to learn to turn in the work once you do it. Okay, Mrs. Pinkman, you're up.
Okay, so the next slide, oh, sorry, you already advanced it for me, didn't you? Okay, so true or false again. This is worth 20 points. So apologizing when you make a mistake, like saying you are sorry when you say something hurtful to a friend, shows responsibility. So what do you think about that? So is that true or false? Apologizing when you make a mistake. Oh, goodness gracious. I love seeing all your answers. Oh, my goodness. Very, very responsible friends we have today. Awesome. You guys are doing such an awesome job. And thank you for interacting, and thank you for partaking in our little game show, because it makes us feel really good. And I love to see all of your comments and all of your answers. So absolutely. So you know what? We all mess up sometimes, let's be honest. I do, and it's just a part of life. But apologizing when you do make those mistakes, that shows responsibility. And sometimes it takes a lot to have to apologize because you made the mistake. But when you do, I promise you're going to feel much, much better. Once you own up to it, apologize, then you take responsibility and you can move on. So awesome job. I'm very proud of you. You guys were all right, all truths. Awesome job. Okay, on to our next one, Mrs.
Okay, so I am back with the next question. True or false? See, they're going up in points because they're getting a little bit harder, aren't they? So this one's for 30 points. You are not responsible for the things you do or say when you feel angry. What do you think about that? True or false? Are you responsible? Okay. I see some answers here that are saying that that is true. You are not responsible for what you do or say when you're angry. Is that a majority? Oh, good. I'm seeing some falses. Okay. Those might have been the answer to the other question. Absolutely. The correct answer here is false, because you are always responsible for your actions. And I want to tell you something that I think will help you in the long run. If you find yourself saying, "You made me angry. Look what you made me do," stop right there, because you know what? Nobody can make you do anything. Unless they pick up your hand and make you knock something over, they can't make you feel a certain way. That's always a choice. So I want you to realize that people can do lots of things that might really bother you, that really might get under your skin and just kind of drive you crazy, but it's always your choice about how you're going to respond or how you're going to feel. So if you feel angry when someone does something, rather than telling them that they're making you feel angry, realize what's happening inside of you and go do something about that. Go away from those people, find a better way to handle it, but you are always responsible for you. All right, on to the next one.
All right, back to me. All right, let's go ahead and see what our next category here is with our true-false, 40 points. Here we go. All right, brushing your teeth twice a day, eating healthy food, drinking lots of water, and playing 2 hours of video games before doing all your homework are all examples of taking responsibility for yourself. What do you think about that? Let's see what answers. We've got some true. This is a mixed one, some true and some false. So we're talking about taking responsibility for yourself. So brushing your teeth twice a day, eating healthy food, drinking lots of water, and playing 2 hours of video games before doing all your homework. I could see why some of you are saying true and some are saying false. I do. This is almost like a trick question, because in my opinion, there's a lot of what they're talking about that is taking responsibility, brushing your teeth and eating healthy food and drinking lots of water. The playing 2 hours of video games before doing your homework, I'm not so sure about that one. So I wonder if that's some of what was causing the difference between the true and the false. Was that video game. It might be, Mrs. Rohr. I think that's why we had some kind of mixed answers there.
Yeah.
What do you think?
I think so too, Mrs. Pinkman. I think you're 100% correct with that. Let's see, and I also kind of grew up thinking that you had to brush your teeth 3 times a day, but definitely eating healthy food, drinking lots of water, playing 2 hours of video games. I don't know that we really need to do that before doing your homework. Yeah, I think that they were definitely trying to trick us. So I might go with false overall. I don't know. All right, let's move along. Hopefully this next question is not quite so tricky. But this one is for 50 points. True or false? Other people are responsible for what you say, how you respond to difficult situations, the choices you make, and how you treat them. Now, I kind of gave you the answer just a few minutes ago, didn't I, when I was talking about the other question I asked. And I'm so happy because I am seeing false. Yes, exactly. You guys are right on. It is false. So now that you all know that, now that we're aware that you already have this answer, make sure that you carry that out in your real life every day when you're at home and you're upset with a sibling or upset with a friend and you want to blame them for something you did or something you feel like they made you do. Remember, you know the answer to this. We are always responsible for our own choices and our own decisions and how we're going to act. Okay, I'm turning it back to you, Mrs. Pinkman.
Okay, sorry about that. I am back. Here we go. And now we move on to a new category. So imagine if. All right. So put on your imaginary thinking caps for just a few minutes and we'll do some kind of imagines. So imagine if you accidentally broke your friend's toy, what would be the responsible thing to do? And it happens all the time. Understand that. We, by accident, break things, and it's going to happen, and it's probably happened to you before. But what would be the responsible thing to do? And you can, perfect. I see tons of, oh my gosh, I love that everybody's saying wonderful things in our chat box. You can say you're sorry. You can give them one of your toys. You can buy the same toy or fix it. Love that answer. You could tell your friend. Just even say you're sorry. Absolutely. And this kind of goes with what we were talking about before. If you own up to it and say you're sorry, well, that friend's they're gonna be understanding. And you guys are gonna be able to work it out, whether it be you helping them fix the toy, but it's definitely the responsible thing to do. And I love that. Telling the truth instead of keeping a lie, absolutely. You guys are awesome. I love that, and that was a perfect answer. If you did play along with this, imagine if, give yourself those points, because those were all great answers. All right, moving on to the next one, and it's going to be an imagine if one, so get ready.
Okay, and for this one, I will definitely call on somebody and let you share if you would like to. So this next imagine if is for 20 points. So imagine if your family, teacher, and or friends believed you were irresponsible. Do you think they would treat you differently? And what I'm going to ask you to answer when I call on you is, how would they treat you differently? So let's see. I see that Timmy's got his hand up, and so Timmy, I'm going to give you the mic, and I'm going to give you the camera. Okay. So Timmy, do you want to grab the mic or the camera and share your answer?
I just put my hand up because nobody noticed me, not even you. You didn't even say hi.
I'm so sorry, Timmy. So I'm glad that you put your hand up and that you let me know that. And you know what? You're 100% correct. And I'll tell you what I'm going to do to make sure that that doesn't happen again in the future. When everybody comes in, before we get started, I'll make sure that I say hello to each and every one of you. And before you leave today, I'm going to thank each and every one of you. So thanks. Okay. Kylie, did you want to share?
Hello. Hello.
All right. All right.
How are you?
Good. How's everybody doing?
Good. Good. Good.
All right. All right. We'll move along to the next question.
Okay.
Okay, I think I'm back. Here we go. All right, so those were very good. I was reading some of what you had written down in the chat box, and absolutely, I loved the responses and was listening to some of you. Trust is super important, and your friend might treat you differently. Very good. I loved that part of that imagine if for 20 points. So here we go to the next one. Okay, here we go. So imagine if you just adopted a new puppy or kitten. Oh my goodness. I know that's super exciting. What are 3 ways you would show responsibility toward your new 4-legged friend? And I know that a lot of you want to possibly share or maybe get on the mic. So how about I'm going to try and call on just a few. And if you would give me one way, that way we can just take maybe 3, I can call on 3 different kiddos, and you guys can give me one way that you would show responsibility. So I see a lot of hands. Let's see here. Who do we have? I see. Who's on? Oh, go ahead. Thank you. Go, no, it's okay. Go ahead.
You could feed them and take care of them.
You can
and take them out.
You could feed them and take care of them. Very, very good. That was an awesome way. Absolutely. Four-legged friends, oh my goodness, they need lots of feeding, right? All right, let's see. Is there somebody else who wants to pop on? Let's see here. Does anybody else have a good way?
Ethan, I do. You could shower I really want to. Can I ask?
Hold on just a second. Was that Callie? I saw you pop on. What did you want to say?
You could shower them.
You could shower, absolutely, yes. Puppies and kittens, they definitely need a bath. They need to have their toenails trimmed. That is an awesome way you can help show responsibility when you get those new little puppies or kittens. Awesome, awesome. All right, one more, and then we're going to move on along. Who else is out there that wants to pop on and share? I don't know that I've called on. Let's see. Is that Julia? Did you want to pop on and share? Do you have your hand up?
Yes.
Go ahead. So one more way. Give us a good way.
You can you at least have to take them to the vet twice a year.
That is awesome. So yes, new puppies or kittens, they do need a lot of care, don't they? They need to have a veterinarian take care of them. They need shots by their veterinarian, and they need those wellness checks to make sure that they're growing up well and that there's no problems. That was a really responsible answer. Very, very good. I love that. Thank you so much for sharing. Awesome. You guys are super responsible students. Okay, we're going to move on to the next one.
Okay, guys, so let's take a look at our next Imagine If. And this one might be really hard to imagine. It might even be a nightmare for some people. So I apologize in advance for it being difficult. But imagine if your teacher assigned you 5 hours of homework and you have a week to complete it. What would be a responsible plan for getting it done? So raise your hand if you would like to share, and I will call on you. Let's see. Kylie, how about you? Would you like to pop on and share? Kylie, did you want to share? All right, okay. Let me see, I'm going to move down the list here. How about Caitlin, did you want to share? It looks like your hand is up.
Yes. You can do one a day, 1 hour a day, or 2 hours a day.
Yeah, because you've got 5 hours of homework and there's 5 days a week. So yeah, you can do that. Okay, great answer. I love that problem solving. Okay. Anybody else? Ariana, did you want to give us an answer? Okay, let's see. I keep seeing people say me, 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 me. Let's see. How about you, Aiden? Were you one of the people that was saying me? Want to give us an answer? Okay. How about you, Ethan? I'm having a hard time giving people permission here. Okay. Kara? Did you want to pop on?
Yes, please.
Okay, give us an answer.
Well, if you have 5 hours of homework, you could complete at least like
2 hours a day because it's just like completing assignments, and it's easier to do that because if you do that, you could finish it faster, and you could at least have one more day to relax. So if you do it like that, you could have it.
Okay, awesome. Okay, that's a great answer. Thank you. Okay, how about you, Jeffrey? Did you want to go? Tell us what your plan would be.
I would try to finish all the 5 hours of homework in one day.
Wow. Okay,
that's what I would try to do.
Okay, well thanks for sharing that. I appreciate it. So everybody has a little bit different take on that. You know, some people would try to do it all in one day, so have the rest of the week to relax and not worry about it. Other people might break it up in an hour a day. Lots of different ways to handle this. Okay, let's move right along then.
Okay, we have another one, another imagine if. So imagine if your friend tells you that someone is hurting them and they beg you to keep it a secret. What would be the responsible thing to do? Would you talk to a trusted adult? Or maybe you have another responsible idea of what you should do. So think about that for a minute. And I know we've got a little bit more time, but I know there's a lot of great answers, so I would love to see the answers for this so I can read them out loud and we can definitely share them. Tell a trusted adult, tell a grown-up awesome. I love that. Is there anybody else who has some good ideas? Think about it. If a friend tells you someone is hurting them and they beg you to keep it a secret, we always know there might be some secrets you keep with your friends, but then there are other ones if someone's being hurt that you need to tell somebody. I see a bunch of you guys saying dial 911. So if it absolutely tell a trusted adult, and that would be a wonderful thing to do. I love that. I didn't see there's so many different comments who had said that, but tell a trusted adult would be a very, very good thing to do because then they could help you make that decision if it did need to go to law enforcement. But absolutely, you guys have the right idea. When someone's being hurt, you don't keep a secret. It's the responsible thing to do to tell somebody about that, and a trusted adult, whether it be your parents, whether it be, a teacher, definitely a trusted adult would be the way to go because we want everybody to be safe and to feel safe. Awesome. And that's a tricky one too because you're worried about your friend. You want your friend to trust you, but there are times when you do need to tell an adult. Awesome. You guys are awesome. You could run the whole show, I tell you. Give yourselves 50 points for that one, for sure. You guys did a great job.
Okay, so we are moving along here, and we're just about ready to wrap up. Now, I wanted to see if I could find somebody. Kirsty, is that how I pronounce your name? Kearstid. I'm wondering if I could get you to read a little bit of this slide for me. Actually, just read the whole thing. What is responsibility? These are things that we want to be thinking about when we think about responsibility. So would you like to read that for us?
And okay, responsibility. Practice self-control. Be accountable for your choices. Do your best and keep trying. Finish what you began.
Thank you very much. Okay, Jason, I see you as well, my friend. So here's what I'm going to ask you now, Jason. How about telling us a way that you practice self-control? Can you do that?
Yes.
Like, why don't you tell us what you would do if you were feeling yourself getting very angry? What would you do to maybe calm yourself down? How would you do that?
Go outside and get some fresh air.
Oh, I love it. Thanks so much, Jason. That was a great, great answer. Okay. And I see some other good answers. I see holding my breath. That's a good one. As long as you don't hold it too long, hold it for a few seconds. Okay. Is it Ariana or Ariana? I always get nervous when I have to say that name. Why don't you tell us, my friend, a way that you are accountable for your choices? Did you want to have a turn, Ariana? Okay. I don't think I see you. All right, my friends. And Jeffrey, I'm just going to try to give everybody a turn that really wants one. Now, we do have a lot of kids in here today, which we're thrilled about. But just remember, we try to take turns, and we try to be as fair as we can and give everybody a chance that wants to talk. Is it Johannan, or can you please tell me how to pronounce your name correctly? I don't want to make a mistake. Johannan? All right. How about you, Hunter? Would you like a turn? Okay. Well, we're going to go back. Johannan, you can tell me when you're ready.
Yes, please.
Okay, Hunter, did you want to talk?
Yep.
Okay, go ahead. Tell us something that a way that you're accountable for your choices.
I have siblings and I have animals, so it takes a lot of responsibility to take care of them, and it's just hard, especially when you have a little brother that'll always steal the money in your pocket and go buy whatever.
Ah, great. And you know what, Hunter, you sound like you are a great big brother, I'll tell you that. So awesome answer. Love it, love it, love it. So thank you for sharing that. Okay, let's see. Oh, Mrs. Pinkman loves a good walk outside. And Remington says counting to 3. Aiden, squeeze a stress ball, always helps me. Jason, eat a lot. Is it Karam? Karam, take a deep breath. Aiden, breathe in and out. Oh my gosh, you guys, drink some water and calm down, ignore the situation. That's right. Just give yourself a break. Okay, thank you so much. And Jason, can you say what pets you have? How about we do that next time? I'll tell you what, guys, next time we get together, why don't we start a little bit earlier, and that way you guys can have some time to chat and talk about things, and that way everybody will get a turn to get comfortable with the mic. All right. So we are going to say goodbye here in just a minute, and as we do that, we have a really sweet video just to remind you of the importance of friends, and we are all friends here. So Mrs. Pinkman, did you want to pop on and say goodbye?
I did real quick, if that's okay. I just wanted to thank you guys all for coming. It makes our day, it makes my day, and it makes my heart just full, especially on a Friday, because we're coming up to a weekend, and now I have lots of enthusiasm because of all of you coming. You took the time out of your day to come have lunch with us, and you participated in everything that we had to do, and I love hearing and seeing your faces, and I love reading your comments. So thank you for making my day, and the lesson helped me kind of remember some things where I could probably work on being responsible a little bit more and picking up things around my house. So I'm going to work on that this weekend, but I wanted to say goodbye to everybody, and we're going to see you next time. I hope you will all come.
Yes, I hope so too. And I'm sorry if you didn't get a turn to talk on the mic. I'm so sorry. We will try to get everybody in as we go through this. So it's never our intention to leave anyone out, obviously. So we will definitely be strategizing for the future and just to see what you know, what our future lessons will look like. So here we go. Thanks again for coming. Love to everyone. Mwah. Okay, well, that link is not wanting to work for us today. I don't know what's wrong. Tell you what, mistakes happen, don't they, guys? Let's see. Oh, I think it's going to work now. There we go. Okay, thanks for coming. It looks like a lot of people really like Toy Story. I haven't seen the latest Toy Story movie, but I sure would like to. So bye, everybody. Have a great weekend. What's going on, Jeffrey? Oh, I didn't say goodbye to everybody, each person individually. Is that what you're going to tell me? Oh, I see Anastasia, Timmy, Chase, Graham, Jeffrey, goodbye, Ariana, Aiden Medina, and Aiden Kimmel, Julia, Johannan, Jason, Caitlin, and Kirsty, and Remington. Bye, everybody. Go ahead, Jeffrey. What did you want to say?
I just want to tell you real quick.
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
I do have a puppy.
You have a what? You have a what?
I have a puppy.
You have a puppy? You have a puppy? Oh, how old is your puppy? How old is your puppy?
8 months.
Oh my gosh, do you take care of it? Do you take care of it?
Yeah.
Good. Make sure you give that puppy lots of love.
His name is Red.
Oh, is he red? Is he red?
No, I just named him Red.
Okay.
But like one day I'm going to get a wolf dog.
Oh.
One day. A baby wolf dog.
Wow. A baby, that's good. A baby, that's good. Okay. Thanks a lot, Jeffrey. Okay. Karam, did you want to talk?
Yes, I haven't talked the whole time. I wanted to know if you saw my name.
I did see your name, and did I say it correct or incorrectly?
You said it incorrectly. It's like call, like
so it's
roll the R, And it's like car, and then roll the R in the word car, and then
Okay, so introduce yourself to me. Say, hi, my name is, and tell me your name so that I can hear it.
My name is Karam.
Kadam. Did I say it right now? Kadam?
Yes.
Yay! Okay. And I hope that you always do that. If I say your name incorrectly, please, please let me know, because the most important thing about you is your name, and I always want to make sure that I'm saying it correctly. So I love it when you let me know the right way so I can try to remember for next time. Kadam, what grade are you in?
I'm in 4th grade.
4th grade. Awesome. Okay. Well, thanks for coming today. We appreciate it. Yes, we are done for today. Okay, guys. It's almost 1 o'clock. I'm going to turn the recording off, and